AEW Dynamite card. 1/4/23, New Era of AEW preview. A new year with a new look but the same unparalleled wrestling action every Wednesday night. All Elite Wrestling kicks off 2023 with a blazing hot and momentous edition of AEW Dynamite. The Emerald City, Seattle, Washington plays host to the first Dynamite of the year. And with the AEW Dynamite card in store for diehard fans of the All Elite promotion, it's undoubtedly going to set a high tone and allow AEW to get off on the best possible foot. On the first AEW Dynamite of 2023, the Absolute One battles the Ocho, plus 2 exciting world title matches and a lot more coming your way. It's the first Wednesday night of 2023. And you know what that means. It's time for some AEW Dynamite. Let's run it down. To stay up to date with latest top stories, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button above this video. Ricky Starks vs. Chris Jericho. AEW World Champion MJF will appear live in Seattle to fulfill contractual obligations and update on Hangman Page's condition. Swerve Strickland, with Parker Boudreaux and Brandon Getzman vs. Arkansas Fox. TNT Championship match. Samoa Joe, C vs. Darby Allin. AEW World Tag Team Championship match. The Acclaimed, C vs. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Jade Cargill and Red Velvet vs. Kiera Hogan and Sky Blue. Bryan Danielson vs. Tony Nese. An absolute tall task. The new era of AEW Dynamite begins with Absolute Ricky Starks battling one of the biggest legends of the industry, Chris Jericho. 2 weeks ago on Holiday Bash, Chris and members of the Jericho Appreciation Society thought they offered Starks an opportunity he couldn't refuse to be a part of their exclusive circle. Unfortunately for the Jaws, they did not receive the answer they were looking for from the former FTW champion. Starks believes he is better off alone and does not find it beneficial or necessary to join Jericho's group. Suffice it to say, Jericho and his Appreciation Society did not take too kindly to this and proceeded to beat down Ricky. The newly All Elite Action Andretti would come to Ricky's aid, but not without its consequences. For his troubles, Andretti would get a fireball thrown at his face, effectively putting him out of commission. The first 2023 episode of AEW Dynamite sets the stage for the collision between Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho. Two of the best AEW has to offer today battling it out, one with something to prove and the other to reinforce the notion that nobody says no to a man of his caliber. Something's got to give this Wednesday night. Who will come out on top? The ultimate test for the Acclaimed. AEW World Tag Team Champion The Acclaimed defends their titles against one of the best in the business and an industry legend in the form of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. The King of the Mountain and franchise has set their sights on the World Tag Team titles in their quest to rule over AEW. Unfortunately for them, standing in their way is one of the best tag teams in all of wrestling. That said, Jarrett and Lethal will enter this match with a lot of momentum on their side after defeating Daddy-Ass Billy Gunn and one half of the tag team champions Anthony Bowens. Despite their young careers, the Acclaimed has risen to the biggest of occasions, evidenced by the gold around their waists. However, how will the Acclaimed respond when faced with two of the best the wrestling world has to offer? Find out this Wednesday night in the inaugural 2023 episode of AEW Dynamite live only on TBS. Stay tuned to The Last Word on Pro Wrestling for more on this and other stories from around the world of wrestling. As they develop, you can always count on LWOPW to be on top of the major news in the wrestling world, as well as to provide you with analysis, previews, videos, interviews, and editorials on the wrestling world. You can catch AEW Dynamite Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TBS and AEW Dark Elevation Monday nights and AEW Dark Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. AEW Rampage airs on TNT at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday night.